People want to make sure that as rebuilding occurs, as things go on in California, they have to be resilient so that these sorts of things can't happen again. And the policies of the liberal administration out there, I believe, have made these fires worse. I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved.
Now, I just want to throw in here, and you can certainly add to this because you know the nitty gritty. There were not significant strings attached when the Congress gave money to states that were affected by Hurricane Helene and Milton, states that are run largely by Republicans. These are red states.
California wildfires, a briefing that included details from the head of FEMA on how displaced residents are going to get money for hotel stays or essentials like gas and baby formula. That comes as some Republicans say that they do now believe any new aid to Californians should come with conditions attached, including the Speaker of the House.
There's been water resource mismanagement, forest management mistakes, all sorts of problems. It appears to us that state and local leaders were derelict in their duty in many respects. So that's something that has to be factored in. I think there should probably be conditions on that aid. That's my personal view. We'll see what the consensus is.
Calling out California for choosing the wrong people to run their state?
We shouldn't be. They got 40 million people in that state, and they're voting these imbeciles in office. And they continue to do it. And it's just a very small part of them in that state that's doing it. If you go to California, you run into a lot of Republicans, a lot of good people, and I hate it for them. But they are just overwhelmed by these inner city woke policies with the people that vote for them. And, I don't mind sending them some money, but unless they show that they're going to change their ways and get back to building dams and storing water, doing the maintenance with the brush and the trees and everything that everybody else does in the country, and they refuse to do it, they don't deserve anything, to be honest with you, unless they show us they're going to make some changes, Chris.
First, let's take a look at the criticism from the man who will be president in 8 days' time. Donald Trump said the fires are still raging in LA. The incompetent Poles have no idea how to put them out. Thousands of magnificent houses are gone and many more will soon be lost. There is death all over the place. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the history of our country. They just can't put out the fires. What's wrong with them? Well, the governor has responded to the incoming president's comments in an interview with NBC. He's hit back at what he calls misinformation. Coming.
I called for him to come out, take a look for himself. We want to do it in the spirit of an open hand, not a closed fist. He's the president-elect. I respect the office. We have a president of the United States that within 36 hours provided a major disaster declaration over a text. We had support from the president of the United States, Joe Biden, with 100% reimbursement, all the resources you could hope for or imagine, constant communication. I'd like to extend that to the president-elect. I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt in reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full. The state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them. Every elected official that he disagrees with, very familiar with them.
We do know, though, from...
You go from second clip. Watch this.
So who else is running things? This right here, ladies and gentlemen? This is the leadership of the LA Fire Department. I sure hope they know what they're doing.
This right here? What's this? 3 first responder professionals? What makes them not qualified, Jesse Waters? What is it? What makes those ladies not qualified to be leaders of the LA Fire Department? I'll wait a long time because no answer will come. What he means is, woman of color, a couple of other ladies, that's why they're not qualified. Because they're women. Because they're ostensibly maybe members of the LGBTQ community. That's what he's getting at. because he's a filthy bigot. He's a coward. He's a soft-skinned, smooth-brained rube who knows very little. But what he does know is the Fox News audience is just champing at the bit to hear racist rhetoric, to hear about CRT or woke or DEI or whatever particular buzzword they latch onto and try to divide Americans with. It's the standard operating procedure of Fox News. And they're paying this goon handsomely to propagate this hate. Anyway,